Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I am joined by Fayed. Fayed is working for myself and Alex inside our businesses. He runs a lot of our Amazon accounts now at this stage. Fayed is someone that works with our students and people inside our community to make sure that they push forward and take the action they need to. And I really felt it was about time that I introduced Fayed to you guys and maybe some advice, some tips for people that are just starting out on their Amazon journey. Fayed, you're welcome to the YouTube channel.
Thanks, Peter. Appreciate it.
So, Fayed, just before we get into it, why did you want to become an Amazon seller?
Okay, so the story was since I finished my studies, I always wanted to do business and I was in Pakistan. Import and export was something I was very interested in. But when I did my groundwork, I understood that one container I would need at least $20 to $30.
And that's if you're doing a full container.
Yeah, exactly. Exports. Now in Pakistan, textiles, bed sheets, towels, that's a premium, product made in Pakistan. Something which I could easily do, but I had no financial resources to support that business. And I had no clue about B2C because all I knew was B2B, right? One day in 2017, I came across an ad on Facebook saying that you can sell directly to the consumer in US while you are in Pakistan. And I was like, how is that possible? I went to their conference and that's where I was introduced to Amazon FBA. I realized I don't need to do B2B. I can manufacture units of any item and get it shipped to Amazon FBA, where Amazon is going to handle all the logistics and customer services. And I control the front end, the creatives, how the listing will look, keywords, and simply start selling. It sounded very streamlined, very straightforward. All I need is just to fund those initial 500. Later, obviously, I came to know it's not that simple. You need to understand Amazon's regulations, the compliance, all that. And that's where the mentorship comes in. So I had a mentor who did the hand holding for me. So I still remember I was having a notebook where they said, well, the box cannot be bigger than 25 inches, right? It's something that I still have in my notebooks, from basics to very technical stuff. Everything which I've learned so far is by being there, doing it myself.
When I realized that, hold on, I can sell products direct to consumer without needing to physically pack those goods. Because up until then, when I sold something online, I had to wrap it up, put the label on it, bring it to the post office and fulfill the order. It was only ever one-off sales of whatever I had. Whereas at Amazon, the beauty of it for me, I could order in hundreds of units from China and I could send them into Amazon, wherever Amazon are in the world, and they can send it out to the consumer. That for me was amazing. When you start seeing these orders being fulfilled, I never forget my first order. It was back in St. Patrick's Day. And I remember just looking at my phone and I was just refreshing it and I seen an order come in and I was like, nah, that's couldn't be right. That's a mistake. Checked it again. Sure enough, it was an order. My first product, I don't have it here, was actually dog whistles. That was my very first item. It was just amazing. This led me to this journey where I've sold hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of products all around the world using Amazon. And that was what was amazing for me. What's the biggest piece of advice you give to someone starting out? What would you say to them? Let's assume they have a mentor. They've decided, I'm going to invest in some education, but let's assume they did that. But what's the next piece of advice you give them? How would you tell them to think about their journey?
So what helped me a lot throughout my journey was, like, mentorship is something which, it helped. It's something which will make sure that when you're just starting, you don't come across the major risks. I was always curious about what's going on in the industry. I kept looking for people who have been selling well for a few years, following them on Facebook, Instagram, looking for their posts, hearing podcasts and all that helped me to be at least one step ahead of what was coming. My first product, I was doing $48,000 a month in the US with $9,000 net profit. My business was funded by somebody else. I was supposed to be the operational guy. My job was to find the product and launch it. I was getting 50% equity of it. So we were doing so well in like 6-7 months time. We were hit with Utility Bitten. No, nobody knew about Utility Bitten. Not even my mentor knew about it. Right. So I took the lead, explored how these patents work and how Amazon behaves, because they don't want to become a party. They just want to enforce.
They want to protect themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Because if they become a party, then there's a problem, right?
Yep.
And that's where I struck a deal with the patent owner. If I had no curiosity of how it works, reaching out to the patent owner, kept calling them, kept talking to them of different options, I wouldn't have even sold $25,000 worth of inventory and got a deal of to sell the same product in UK and EU for 10 years. So they had a worldwide patent, right?
Mhm.
So this is how my journey started with first product. Now, again, it was my own effort and determination to kind of understand like how this business works. And one thing which I still feel that what people think that this is something which is entirely different to regular commerce, right? Conventional business. You need to have that business acumen, and same rules apply in e-commerce and Amazon FBA. It's just that with Amazon, it's because it's their marketplace, right? You need to know what their policies are. You don't want to breach any of those. At the product launch stage, I tell people, don't do this, don't do that, and push the students to launch their first product. I remember when I got my first Amazon account, then I placed the first order. Then as soon as I had my first inventory at Amazon FBA and sold first in unit, I was like, okay, I could be the next Warren Buffett. The feeling, because you sold something which was 9.9 and you made a profit of $4, you were like, well, I'm going to smash that.
I've made it.
So, and that's where Amazon comes in and says, oh, no, there's a patent for this and you cannot sell it. You cannot stop your journey there, right? You have to face the problems, and your success is after the problem.
It's worth also pointing out that whereas myself and Fayed started a few years ago, there's still countless opportunities because, as you guys know, and I've mentioned that on this channel before, that we're launching products all the time. Not every product works, but more work than don't. This is in 2024. So we're still finding new opportunities. If you want to start your Amazon journey, if you want to work with myself, you want to work with Fayed and actually just launch your own product, make that first sale, just go down to the link in the description. It's about believing in yourself. I always say that this channel, it's really about inspiring you guys to take action and to believe that it is possible, because it is. It is absolutely. So guys, we'll let you go there for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you all soon.
Thank you.